I just want to thank you all for joining us tonight. And hopefully you will get something out of this training, whether you're on live tonight or whether you catch the recording. So I'm Shelle Arnold. I am currently the chair of the National Goal Together Advisory Council. I have been relaying for about 18 years, and I have been a volunteer with ACS for 16 years. And I've had a Goal Together team for several years. I don't remember how many. I am very passionate about Goal Together. I have several young friends that have survived pediatric cancer. I know many that are currently going through treatments. And unfortunately, I've had to say goodbye to some of them. One of them was my late daughter-in-law, Becky, who was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma as a young adult. We lost her to that crappy, horrible disease. And she is the reason I got involved in Relay for Life. She is the reason I went to my first event. And she is the reason I keep doing what I'm doing. And so welcome tonight. So tonight we're going to share a little bit about pediatric cancer, what Goal Together is, how to support a Goal Together team. We'll give you some resources with some pro tips. And then we'll have some Q&A at the end. And my friends Brian and Becky are going to keep tabs on the chat for me. So here we go. The American Cancer Society exists because the burden of cancer is unacceptably high. And that's in all cancers, including pediatric cancers. The challenge of childhood cancer. Cancer is the leading death-related cause of death, the leading disease-related cause of death among both children and adolescents ages 1 to 19, and the second most cause of death among children ages 1 to 14. 1 in 257 children and adults will be diagnosed before the age of 20. And over 9,500 new cases of cancer in children ages less than 15 years old, and 5,140 new cases in adolescents ages 15 to 19 are expected in this year, 2025. Over 1,000 children and 600 adolescents will die from the disease this year. So we're going to do something about that. Much like ACS has a three-pronged approach to improving the lives of cancer patients and families, Goal Together follows that same mold. As of January 2025, the ACS is funding 86 grants dedicated to childhood cancer research for a total of $50.1 million, which is amazing. We've got the advocacy branch. ACS CAN is a member of the Alliance for Childhood Cancer, supporting collaborative advocacy work by participating with volunteers in childhood cancer action days, supporting funding for childhood cancer legislation, which, by the way, that happens to be next week in Washington, D.C. So it's coming very timely for all of the cuts and stuff that we see going on. ACS CAN Young Leaders Caucus works to elevate the perspectives of young people, including cancer survivors, about childhood and AYA cancers. And just FYI, that AYA cancers is adolescent and young adult. I believe that that goes up into the age of like 30 or 31, somewhere around there. And patient support. A child fighting cancer will never, ever outgrow the support of the American Cancer Society. So that's what we're all here for. And so we build communities of support at Relay for Life, both virtually and in person, by connecting compassionate volunteers with families facing childhood cancer. Together, we are Goal Together. And so I would like to introduce you to my friend Cole Eicher. The Goal Together for Childhood Cancer movement was created by childhood cancer brain survivor Cole Eicher, who envisioned a Goal Together team at each and every Relay for Life event. He started with his own event in St. Petersburg, Florida. Through Goal Together, volunteers raise awareness, support families facing childhood cancer, and connect those families to a lifetime of resources through ACS. And you can see Cole there in 2014, as well as in 2025. Cole graduated last May with honors with a marketing degree from Florida State University, I do believe. But Gold Together teams are a great way to increase interest and income at your event. As the American Cancer Society's Gold Together Cancer Initiative, Gold Together empowers individuals to raise funds that directly support research, advocacy, and patient support dedicated to childhood cancer. All right. And Gold Together teams are active at 15% of all Relay for Life events. 15%! Think how much we have to grow there, because I envision, much like Cole did, having a Gold Together team at each and every Relay for Life event. The average team will raise $5,400 for your event. So there's just a nice little way to up your revenue. In 2024, the top two Gold Together teams raised $110,000 and $99,000 each. In 2024, 180 Relay for Life Gold Together teams raised $975,000. So think about that. If you need a little bit extra money at your event, just get your Gold Together team, and it's easy peasy to do. So our top Gold Together team is Team Bear Nation. Team Captain Casey Garnis is actually one of the top 10 fundraising individuals for all Relay for Life fundraising individuals. So think about what it would be like to have a Casey Garnis in your area. I think that we could all do that. Casey is a childhood cancer survivor, and this is Casey's way of paying back, if you would. And who doesn't love a little friendly competition? I do. All you got to do is put that out there. We do have leaderboards on our Gold Together page, ACS Resources/Relay for Life/Gold Together will take you right there to the leaderboards. Okay, next step. Who are Gold Together team captains, and where do you find them? If you don't have a Gold Together team yet and need to find a team captain, you can all read it right here. Active or retired teachers are a great way to look for a Gold Together team captain. Somebody that's accustomed to engaging with kids and helping kids and supporting kids in their school. School clubs, the Honor Society, a STEM-based program, service-oriented clubs are all great places. You know, most of those kids are looking for volunteer hours anyway. For scholarship applications, so there's another great way. Excuse me. Much like Casey, an adult childhood cancer survivor is a good option to go to. A family member or friends of a child currently battling cancer. A bereaved family will oftentimes use that as a way to honor the legacy of their child. Of course, you know, you've got to be a little bit careful with that. Corporate volunteer engagement around a children's cause, a children's hospital maybe, or a highly engaged ACS volunteer that's looking for a new challenge. You know, you've got somebody that kind of knows the ropes already, and it'd be a great place to reinvigorate them, so to speak. Okay, resources, ACS resources. Hopefully everybody knows all about that page. There is a section in there for Gold Together. Your first pro tip, ACS Resources Gold Together is a great place for volunteer resources. We've got the Gold Together team leaderboards and contests on there. We've got other information on those pages. There's training information. There's links to all kinds of things. And that little guy that you see there with his little Batman glasses and his little fighting stance, that is what the face of our Gold Together page looks like on ACS Resources. All right. Recruiting a Gold Together team and team members. So we also have a flyer out there on resources.org under Gold Together. You can customize that flyer, post it around town, take it to a hospital or take it to some schools, put it up and see if you can't generate some information or some interest that way. And you can also put a QR code on there. I'm old enough to know that like several years back, QR codes were starting to kind of pop up and then they just kind of fizzled flat. And now it's like all of a sudden they're everywhere again. So use those QR codes. Don't ask me to help you generate one, but I can certainly direct you to somebody that can. But use those QR codes because, you know, if nothing else, the up and coming generation, our relayers of the future will use those QR codes. So please, please use them. Recruiting a Gold Together sponsor. We also have a page out there. It's pretty much our Gold Together impact flyer. You could send a potential sponsor there, a potential donor there, send the team that you're creating there to get some information off of that flyer about what Gold Together did last year, has done in the past few years. It's something that you can print off and use if you're going to have a table somewhere with just to pass out some information about Gold Together and or Relay for Life. I mean, you can just have a Relay for Life table and put that out there. It might be a good unexpected way to find somebody that's interested in having a Gold Together team. We've got a 2-minute video there at resources.org. Post it to your social media, share it with a potential sponsor. It's easy to get that out there. And again, there's that QR code. I assume that you will all get this slide deck afterwards. And so you can use those QR codes from there. Pull any of this information off that you want. Reach out if you've got questions, but you know, all of that is there. And let's see. All right. We also have social media assets. And a pro tip here, this graphic here, for instance, you could post that on your event website in the announcements section. You can use that as a Facebook post to, again, help get interest in having a Gold Together team, get Gold Together team members. Come September, when we have Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, we've got all kinds of graphics that are there for you to use that will be updated with stats and give real-time information there. You can also use that to create a flyer and put on there, contact me at, and put some information on there about Relay for Life, see what you can pull together and or who you can gather in from that. All right. So we all know about acsresources.org. Have you ever been to cancer.org? Do you know that there is information there about Gold Together? If you have a volunteer or a donor potential that's looking maybe for a little bit more in-depth information than what you're able to provide, send them to cancer.org. Have them, and then do a search on Gold Together. There is a boatload of information in there that can be very useful to you as a team captain, to team members, but just familiarize yourself with that. And there's just a whole lot of information there. There's also a place there where you can sign up for some volunteer engagement. Okay, so supporting a Gold Together team. Oh, how do you sign up a Gold Together team? So when you go in to sign up your team at Relay for Life, of course, the team captain generally does that. And there's a place on there that asks about company affiliation. Much like is circled right down here, you will select Gold Together as the company affiliation. That should then always show up on your team page that you're affiliated with Gold Together. If it doesn't, something has gone amiss and it didn't quite happen. But your staff partner can go in later and fix that for you. But this right here is what ties you to Gold Together, that company Gold Together. And then that gets you into all of the reports that we have on Gold Together. And Laura and I will know, and Brian, if you've got a Gold Together team, but that is exactly where that happens at. And if you have any questions while you are registering, just drop me a text message, send me an email, whatever. I'm happy to do whatever I can to help you with that. And so, then team captains, make sure that you edit your team captain page so that it indicates that the funds that your team is raising are dedicated to childhood cancer. So that way there's no question, if a donor is looking at your page, yes, you're raising money for Relay for Life and the American Cancer Society, but all of the money that your team raises goes to childhood cancer. And here is just a little suggestion. And in fact, I think probably at cancer.org and resources.org, there may even be some suggested copy that you could put there, and you could share a story. I mean, if you are having a Gold Together team for a young child in the community, you can put, why should you join our team? Because we are raising money to fund cancer research for the type of cancer that Betty Jo has, or for the type of cancer that someone had. But just make sure that you share that information there. And of course, put a picture there if you can. How do I support my Gold Together team? Discuss expectations. Whether you are a staff partner, an event lead, or a team captain, event expectations at Relay for Life need to be talked about and discussed. Are you going to do fundraising before the event? Who's all going to do that? And what fundraising are you going to do? That's not anything any different than you would do with your other team or your non-gold team. But one thing I just want to remind everybody is to make sure that you get the survivors registered, especially the kids, because we want to celebrate them. And we're going to do that at Relay. And then what's different? A Gold Together team is the host to childhood cancer families from the community at Relay for Life. Oftentimes, these are first-time relayers who are not going to know what to expect. They're going to need some guidance. If they've never been to Relay before, we all know that they don't have any idea at all what to expect. They don't know what the luminaria ceremony is. I mean, some of them may know what a luminaria is, but maybe not for sure. And how do you handle your luminaria at your event? Is there a survivor lap? Is there a survivor reception? What's this fight back ceremony? And make sure that they all know where the money goes. How do they register a child for a survivor shirt? Registering a survivor that's 60 years old or a survivor that's 6 years old is very similar. However, when you register a child that's 6 years old, you can have it set up to where their name does not show up on the team website. And that, if there's any questions on that, I've always been over 6 when I've registered for Relay for Life, so I don't know for sure what that entails. But I have a feeling that once you click that under 18 on the waiver, there is something that's going to come up that's going to tell you what
That's
you need to know.
that's exactly right, Shelley. Excuse me. So as soon as anyone registers and they indicate that they're under 18, by default they're hidden from the website. That and you can change that if somebody were, let's say, a parent wanted their child to be listed so they can fundraise, that they can change that. But you're exactly right. It does it automatically for you.
Dang, I was thinking that was going to, one of these days going to not show me up. Um, And, so how do they get a Gold Together Hope shirt? Well, they have to raise $100 and become a Hope Club member. And once you're a Hope Club member, you'll get that sweet email that says, hey, you're a member of the Hope Club. And if you're on a Gold Together team, it will ask you, do you want a gold shirt or do you want a classic colored Hope shirt? I can't remember what color they are this year, but I know they're not gray. So, and we love it when all of our Gold Together teammates show up at Relay in a golden shirt. There you go. It's that tealy colored. Thank you, Michelle. So yeah, so you can get a gold shirt if you want to register for another event and fundraise for a gold team. You can always do that too. And of course, how do you register a child for a survivor shirt? We've already talked about that. And what role can the siblings play? Please, I implore you, whatever you do, don't leave out the siblings. Um, from what I've read and what I've heard, siblings oftentimes feel left out. And a lot of times at Relay for Life, when you're looking at siblings, you're looking at maybe a child that could be 4 years old or 10 years old. And, somebody's little feelings are going to get hurt when, my sister's getting all this stuff just because she had cancer and she lost her hair. Oh my God. You can do a whole lot of little things for siblings that will just make them feel extra special. Later on, we're going to talk about maybe some capes. We've got capes for survivors and capes for siblings. Those are great. Those are great. Some candies, some little trinkets. There's all kinds of things that you can do. And I just want to remind everybody not to forget the siblings. And of course, our pro tip is share the Relay for Life Team Captain Guide. That is at resources.org. I think that you will find that those will be very useful. I don't know whoever come up with resources.org, but golly gee whiz, that was the best. How do you support your Gold Together team? So we've got a couple of Facebook groups, and of course we have Instagram. We have scan the QR codes. Now, the one Facebook group is a general Gold Together group page. The other one is a Gold Together for Team Captains private group. And when you ask to join that private group, you will be asked a couple of questions. If you could just answer those questions, it pretty much is what's your team name? Where is your event? But it helps keep the spammers off and out of our group. And it also helps facilitate your admission into the team captain group page. It's easy peasy. And of course, other ACS staff members may have suggestions for you on teams that may have Facebook pages if you want to follow. You can get some ideas for fundraising, get some ideas for what they do at the event. We love all that stealing and sharing stuff. That's what we do at Relay. All right, so here again, we have the Gold Together shirt and the Survivor shirts. We've talked about this already. If you have any questions or any challenges while you're registering, call the 800 number. It's either that or your staff partner. And can you imagine how many calls your staff partner gets in a week about they're having trouble getting registered for something? So I'm sure they would love you just a smidgen more if you would just call the 800 number. Either that or call your event lead. Maybe they have access to the back office and can help you. I don't know, but just maybe an option. But that 800 number works for a whole ton of things. All right, a team banner. Team banners are available for you at a cost of, I believe they're $500. Your staff partner can order those for you. There are a couple of different sizes. You know, and if you haven't raised any, it's not for me to say, but if you know, haven't raised any money yet, do you really want to go spend up $500 on a team banner? Maybe you want to get some fundraising done first so that your staff partner knows that, hey, I'm into this thing. Let's get a banner ordered. Not only can you use it at Relay for Life, you can use it at fundraising events, and you can use it in September when it's Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Okay, next up, we have the uniqueness of a gold together team. So let me preface this by saying you need to do what's right for your event. Maybe there's an opportunity to have a gold together team member, whether it's a survivor or a parent, speak at the opening ceremony. Maybe they could speak at the Luminaria ceremony. Maybe the youth survivors could walk ahead of the 18 and over peoples so that they can be seen by, you know, the crowd at Relay, by the people in attendance, rather than getting hidden in it amongst the midst of all of those tall people walking all around them as they're walking around the track. But, you know, it's, there's something pretty special about seeing those kids walk around that track. And if you have a banner, kids could use that banner there too. Again, I want to say, you need to make sure that whatever you're doing or planning is right for your event. So you need to speak with your event leadership team, and you need to speak with your staff partner to see maybe what opportunities there might be. Another thing that I personally look for a gold together team to do is have a place at Relay, a tent, where all of your gold together people can come and meet each other and be together. You know, maybe do a little bit of fundraising there. Maybe have some snacks there, some kids, some games for the kids, not kids for the games, but some games for the kids. Something to keep them interacted and something to keep them at Relay, something that will make them want to come back to Relay. Have them decorate luminaria bags, do something, but have a specific location for the gold together people to meet and to make sure they all know where that is before they arrive at your event, please. Okay, and the uniqueness of a gold together team, your siblings, again, don't forget the siblings. You can see there a couple of the gold capes, and you can get those from Jessica Poth at cancer.org. We also have silicone bracelets that are available, and staff can order those through Peter Klein. And there's a sample of one right down here. Excuse me. And those never seem to go out of style. I think they kind of circulate a lot faster than some of the other things do. All right, another unique thing at Relay for Life is the bereaved families. You know, a lot of times bereaved families will look at Relay for Life as a place to share the legacy of their loved one with their community. There could be speaking opportunities, maybe during the Luminaria ceremony. You know, again, that's kind of a difficult thing. But with the luminarias, you know, you can make them special. You can, you know, get pinwheels, get a special colored light if you're available, if you can, a glow light to put in the luminaria bag. Maybe get special luminaria bags. I've seen some before that are a gold colored bag with just white stars on them, something to maybe stand out just a little bit. And this example on the screen is something that's available on Canva. It's a hero poster, something that, you know, you could offer to the bereaved, you know, to be able to put alongside the track. But, you know, again, that's a touchy thing. And a lot of times is kind of awkward. So you might just keep it always in the back of your head. Maybe just listen for an opportunity to go, oh, I know what we can do here. And sponsorships. Sponsorships are available for the Goal Together team to secure. And of course, it's win, 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 win. You get the sponsorship for your event. The team gets credit for the sponsorship. You get credit for bringing on that sponsor. And, you know, and work with ACS staff and event staff to make sure that you're not going to ask somebody that possibly has already been asked, that heaven only knows what could have transpired with, you know, sponsors. But then while you're at the event, get your Goal Together team in front of a sponsor banner or sign that's on the track, snap a picture and send that to your sponsor along with a thank you note. You know, and for heaven's sakes, I hope that you've invited that sponsor out to relay. But that's just a nice little touch. And the signs, I think you can probably get these maybe either on Canva or resources, or your staff partner. When all else fails, we love our staff partners. And I mean that with every bit of sincerity. We also have Goal Together mission track signs available. Your staff partner can order these for you. They're 24 by 18. Stakes are not included. ACS Resources has a bunch of social assets on there. You know, these signs you can use as graphics for social media posts. You can utilize them when you are putting together a flyer and want to put it up somewhere. You can use it in your emails. You can make signs and then zip tie those signs to a fence somewhere. Hopefully you've already gotten approval from. And, you know, just place them around the track. Put them at the entrance, put them all around your campsite. And you can use them again in September when we have Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So hopefully it's not too much of a hardship for somebody to store those little things for just a couple of months. Okay. And next up, we are going to talk about sporting events. First off here, we have the Wall of Hope. Staff can get these printed for you or can have them printed for you. Again, there's the QR code, but if you're going to have a sporting event at a school, or even maybe just your local soccer club is going to host a Goal Together sporting event. You know, today I play for, today I cheer for. It's another great way to get those signs out there. Fundraising, Golden Sports. Here's a flyer that's available to be customized in Canva. We have the QR code you can scan there. You know, you could have high school, middle school, a college, you could have a gold football game, you can have volleyball games, you know, any of the sports that are out there. If they've got a cheer competition going on, if you have a business in town that just wants to sponsor a Goal Together night, you can use this. And there's no reason why you couldn't use this. And then you can also have Wall of Hope signs. The grocery store could sell those for however much you thought you could get out of them. But just another quick and easy fundraiser. You could print them on paper. You could print them on cardstock. You know, depending on how much you wanted to spend and what kind of effort you wanted to put into it. It is another fundraising idea. You know, like I said, too, businesses could offer them, say, maybe to a client or a customer that spends $100 or more. Hey, do you want to put this up on our wall here? I could see that particularly being used in September or like the 2 weeks leading up to your Relay for Life event. I promise we're almost done. Volunteer engagement. If you've got say maybe the Honor Society is at school is looking to do some work, excuse me, some volunteer stuff. You can easily make these gold ribbons. You can get the supplies from Amazon. You can get the supplies from Hobby Lobby, Michael's. I'm sure at Walmart, they all have them. Just get that gold ribbon, get all of those little pins. I think we could probably hook you up with a couple of labels for that, for a jar to put them on. But you know, if somebody has donated, if somebody's given you $5, just give them a little ribbon. I mean, I say a little ribbon like it's nothing, but you know, sometimes that means something to somebody. And you know, as say maybe at school, a kid might go, "Hey, they bought that gold ribbon, or they got that gold ribbon, and it's kind of for me. I'm going to take it for me." So, you know, you've got some opportunities there if somebody wants to help. And guess what? You can use your Relay rewards and get Gold Together logoed items. Thank you, Brian Sherwood. I can tell you that those items are awesome and amazing. I don't have that pyramid tent yet, but I will also then say that if you think of something that might be a great Gold Together item and Relay rewards, just let me know, and we'll share that information up the pipeline it goes. These would be also great if you've got a bunch of rewards piled up to use, say maybe to put together an auction basket, a silent auction basket someplace, or to give to somebody that's really made a difference in your Gold Together fundraising. Be a nice little thank you. Cancer facts and figures. I believe everybody has probably gotten that in their emails more than once. I think I just happened to get it again today. Pages 11 through 13 have specific information to childhood cancers in there. So you can get some facts if you need it. You know, it's one thing to be talking facts, and it's a whole other thing to be spewing fiction. Of course, we would rather talk facts. And if you don't have a better place to go to get the facts, cancer.org or these facts and figures is a great place to go, as well as, you know, we all know that we've got information in there on other types of cancer. And of course, we have a QR code too. Okay, where does the money go? Funds raised by Gold Together Relay for Life teams are dedicated to research, advocacy, and patient support programs. As you can see, since 2018, the funds raised have been dedicated to childhood cancer research. The other support programs for childhood cancer have been funded by the ACS General Fund or special grants. And as I mentioned earlier, as of January of 2025, we are currently funding $51.1 million for 86 multi-year research grants. So that means that the general fund is very committed to supporting childhood cancer research. All right, here we have a couple of other social media avenues, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. Who knew? All right, so here's just a couple of Q&As, which means we're almost done. Can there be more than one Gold Together team at a Relay for Life event? Yes. Sometimes it makes sense to have more than one team, but please discuss it with your ACS staff and your event leadership team before just going, "Oh, there's already one team. Yeah, she said I could do another team too." So talk about that first, you know, depending on the size of your event and a whole bunch of different things. Maybe it makes sense to have one team. Maybe it makes sense to have two teams. Just let somebody help you make that call. Does a team have to raise $5,000? No. That's just the average that the teams have consistently raised. And we're here to help coach teams to achieve their goals, whatever they may be. Does Gold Together have to be in the team name? No, it doesn't. But it does provide a little benefit if that Gold Together is in your team name. It just makes it a little bit easier for everybody to recognize that it's a childhood cancer team. So it does not have to be there. Totally up to you. Day of Gold. In 2024, we had our first Day of Gold. It was on September the 10th. And in 2025, we are going to be doing the same thing. September is the month of childhood cancer awareness. And at some point in time in the near future, we will have graphics available. We'll likely have another little leaderboard or a competition. The last 2 years, we've had some competitions going on out there related to fundraising during that time period. And there have been some pretty sweet prizes given out. I think we had a tent the first year. We had some feather flags last year. So, these are things that you won't typically find easily available to purchase.
Yeah, and Shelle, don't want to, maybe I'll give you a second to breathe. We have some exciting things coming for September and Gold Together and childhood cancer awareness this year. We're not quite ready to share all the details yet, but we will be building on the success we saw last year, both for our Gold Together teams as well as for relayers at large. So you and I have not had a chance to discuss those quite yet either. So hence we're not quite ready to talk about them, but we'll be excited to share those a little bit later this year. So.
Yeah, so mark your calendars for September the 10th, please. We'll just, the more and more people that we can make aware of what we do and who we are, I think it's just more beneficial for all of us. And these are just some Gold Together teams from last year, some team photos. And this is my favorite. Just when you think Relay for Life can't get any better, oh my God, you've got a Gold Together team. Never, ever, never underestimate the power of a youth volunteer and the community that supports them. Bringing these families together at Relay allows for continued support into survivorship. In a lot of communities, I don't know that a lot of these families are able to even connect or hook up until they get to Relay for Life. And they go, oh, and, just because maybe some of the other avenues just haven't always quite connected, just right. And Relay for Life is a celebration. And, what more fun could you have at Relay for Life than having Batman escort you around the track, for heaven's sakes? It shows the community the faces of pediatric cancer. A lot of times people in our communities hear about Karis that, is going through radiation and blah, 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 blah. And, maybe they've not ever had an opportunity to meet her or to see her. And this really just kind of puts that face to what's going on. And then you get to see, that child that has, kicked cancer right in the booty. And, the community gets to also celebrate with that child and with that kid's family. So just when you think really can't get any better, there it is, right there. So that is all I've got. And any questions, anything I need to clarify, go back to?
Hey, Shelle, the question was, could you explain more about the ambassadors?
Oh, yes, I will do that. So if you go to acsresources.org, Gold Together, we have an ambassador program. The ambassadors, first off, if you go to that location, it will show you pictures and give you a short little bio on each of the 16 ambassadors that we currently have. And these are typically high school students and some college students that are either survivors. It could be a sibling. It could be a bereaved sibling, but they have a passion for Gold Together and they have a passion for advocacy. Most generally, these ambassadors are called upon to either start or help get Relay for Life going in their school and in their community. They are generally called upon to participate in advocacy days at local and national events, to help move those processes along. I can tell you that for the last year and a half, I have been involved with those ambassadors. And oh my golly, you talk about the kids and the people that are going to lead Relay for Life and our future. It is amazing. Thank you for sharing that, who's ever Becky. Jack, for instance, is a childhood cancer survivor. I'm just trying to, Sahil, he is a bereaved sibling. Sahil is working on is working with his legislature in the state of California to perhaps maybe get a program started out there. If there are any of these ambassadors in your area, I would love to hook you up with them. Their passion runs deeper than anything that you have ever seen. We open up applications for ambassadors in late October, November. They have a little process they need to go through. In 2024, our ambassadors raised $77,000. One of our ambassadors last year was one of the top fundraisers in the collegiate level. Excuse me. It is a very amazing group of people. I can also tell you then, if they're at ACS Resources and the Gold Together, it will also show you and give you a little bit of information about the Advisory Council. We've got a group of people on the Advisory Council that, again, they're either survivors or they have that connection to pediatric cancer. Hannah, for instance, is a survivor. Carolyn is a survivor. Bill lost a sister at 6 years old. Beth just has a passion. Chelsea is a survivor. Cole is a survivor. Luby's son is a survivor. Mariah is a survivor. And Dr. Stormy is the team captain of our event that raised $99,000, of our team that raised $99,000 at the #1 event in the state of Texas. And of course, Laura, who is the mom to Cole and an amazing, passionate individual herself. It's just a bunch of great people. And if you've ever got any interest in the Advisory Council, reach out and let us know. So now, do you have any questions? Wow. I guess that's it then. Thank you all so very much for your time tonight. I appreciate you more than you know. If you need me to help you get a Gold Together team set up in your community at your local Relay for Life, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on the Gold Together team page. You can email me, shellearnold@outlook.com. You can text me if you get my phone number, whatever you need. Brian or Becky, I'm sure would share it. Heavens knows I missed something on here somewhere tonight, but whatever you need, please. My goal is to get Relay for Life in every event in our communities. There is you can't tell me that we don't have kids fighting cancer in every place where we have an event. And the first year that I personally had a Gold Together team and did special stuff at my event, the kids and their siblings and their parents were ecstatic. Most of them had never heard about Relay for Life before. They had never been to Relay for Life before. They thought it was for all the old people. they just didn't know, and they had never been invited. You know, just because we share it doesn't mean we've really invited anybody. So that special invitation just kind of needs to go out. You know, get with your local cancer centers. I'm sure they'd be more than happy to help you. Lead you in the direction to find some people, since they can't give you that information. But so thank you, everybody, again. Enjoy your night, and thanks for being here.